It's officially Love Island season, you guys. Woo! Okay, hey guys, welcome welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on season 8, episode 1 of Love Island USA. So let's just get right into it. First things first, this is my first time watching Love Island from like start to finish. Usually when I start watching Love Island, it's more towards like the end when the season is literally about to end because I see clips and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should watch it. It's a lot of episodes. And then I start watching it when there's like a couple of episodes left. But this time around, I'm watching it through and through. Because it looks like fun. I don't know. So, before I get into my thoughts on the episode itself, I just want to share my thoughts and predictions that I made before the show even started. So, based on like the cast photos and then like the little promotional videos and stuff like that. Now, also, I want to say I don't really want to comment on anybody's looks because I don't think that's respectful or kind. And it's like the islanders might see these videos and reels and TikToks after they get out of the villa, and just think about what you say before you post it because they might see it. So, first, let's talk about the guys. When I saw Sean, I thought he was very attractive. But to be honest with you, and I say this with the most respect, like I say this with no malicious intent or anything, but when I learned that he was a dad, I didn't like the idea of that because I feel like most of the people on the show are obviously in their 20s. Like I think the oldest person is probably 29. So I feel like most girls in their 20s aren't really interested in dating somebody with a kid because personally I know I wouldn't want to date a man with a kid, and I'm sure he'll make a connection in the villa because he's a very attractive man. Very attractive man. There's no disputing that. But I don't think it'll last because I think that most of the girls will probably want to build a connection with a man from like the ground up. So they date, they get married, and then they have their own kids. But he already kind of started already. He already kind of head started. But I think most girls would probably want to make their own family, and like I don't think they want to play stepmom because I know why I put it. Sorry. But he's a very attractive man, and I'm sure he's a great dad. But also again, with the utmost respect, I can't really take him seriously because if I was a 29-year-old man with a child looking for the love of my life or the potential step parent of my child, I feel like the last place I'd look for a partner is Love Island. Honestly, I was thinking about this because I was talking to my cousin about it, but like I said, I can't really imagine him having a lasting connection from Love Island. But I feel like he's a very attractive man, and for some reason, I see him being on The Bachelor. And I feel like him being on The Bachelor would be like a better. I mean, I've never watched The Bachelor. Please, I'm just talking out my neck. But I feel like The Bachelor would be a good place for him to find love as opposed to Love Island. I feel like Love Island is for the young hoes. I mean, 29 is that's a young hoe. Is he 29 or is he 27? I don't know. That's young ho, but like I don't know. Love Island's for like the youngest of the young hoes, if you get what I'm saying. Anyways, that's all I have to say about Sean. Next guy, Zach. Zach is huge. Zach is Charlie's brother. I didn't really think anything about him. I couldn't really get a read on him, but I did find it a little weird that they casted Charlie's brother. I feel like that's nepotism. I don't know. I feel like we could have got somebody new in the show, but whatever. Seems like a cool guy. I don't know. The next guy is Sincere. I thought he was cute too, like very cute. Sincere, Sean, and Casey, they're up there for me. They look very good. I kind of need that, like especially Casey. But I'm going off track. Sincere, I could tell he's a little corny, especially with the right girl. And I feel like he'll be like a lover boy again with the right girl. And when I first saw him, I saw that he did track in the past, I mean. And in my head I was like, okay, so he might have like a connection or some sort of bond with Bia. We'll get into the girls later, but Bia does track if you guys don't know. I think she's like a para Olympian medalist, multi-medalist, like she got medals for the Paralympics. She's a track star, period. So yeah, that's what I thought about Sincere. Next guy is Bryce. To be honest, I don't really have any thoughts about Bryce. I couldn't get a read on him at all. And then the next guy, Casey, first thing I thought when I saw him is that obviously I found him cute, but I thought he looked like a player, and based on the episode, I think he might be it's the eyes, the way the way he looks at people, he gives player. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. And then Gabriel, who's Gabriel? Oh, Gabriel. Because this didn't even make sense. They put Gabriel in the promotional photos, but then he was a bombshell. I feel like the bombshells are not supposed to be in the promotional photos, so I don't understand how that happened, but whatever. My immediate thought when I saw Gabriel was similar to how I saw Casey. He looks like a player. I feel like he's on this show, and I say this with so much respect, he looks like he came on the show to be a hoe and wreak havoc. I don't know though. Maybe he has genuine intentions, but something about the way he looks tells me he does not have genuine intentions. But again, this is how I feel. This is not fact. This is not reality. So, allegedly, should I say allegedly? Allegedly? I don't know. I don't think that's how you use it. Anyways, now for the girls. All the girls are very beautiful. First girl, Bia. I don't really have many thoughts about her. I couldn't really get a read on her, but I was very surprised to see that they casted someone with a disability, but I think that's cool because you don't see a lot of disability representation, especially on like dating shows. So I think that's cool, and I hope it'll kind of encourage other dating shows, like other dating franchise reality shows or whatever, to do it more too. And also, I feel like it might get us closer to having a plus size islander. Don't ask me how, but I feel like if you start with disability representation, then maybe you can work your way up to plus size representation because she has a disability, but she's more like straight size. So maybe, I don't know, you gotta slowly wean the public into it. I don't know. That's my thought process when I saw that. And then the next girl is Trinity. Trinity, when I saw her, she reminded me of Serena and Olandria. Like, she literally looks like their love child. And also, I saw online a lot of people were shipping her with Sincere, but I don't understand why they were shipping them together. Like, I cannot see that. But to be honest, I couldn't imagine any of these people together, like at all. I just felt like this was the most randomest casting ever. And I guess that's a good thing now. That's the whole point of the show. Bring in random people and see if they connect, see if they vibe. But when I first saw the cast photos and all the promotional stuff, I could not imagine anybody with anybody, to be honest, except like I said, Bia and Sincere look like they might bond over track or something, but I don't know. And then the next girl is Kenzie. Immediately, she reminded me of Kaylor, not only visually, but like personality wise, just like based off of her intro. And I just had a feeling like she was gonna cry a lot and be hung up over some guy that doesn't really like her back. We'll get into that later. Next girl is Melanie. I honestly thought again, I have no malice when I say any of this. This is just how I felt. It's again not reality. It's just how I felt. But honestly, I thought Melanie was gonna make her being Dominican her whole personality because she mentioned it in her promotional video. Or not promotional video, her intro video. But overall, no thoughts. Very beautiful girl. And obviously, I could be wrong. We don't know. It's only episode one. And then the next girl, or I think this is the last girl, yeah. Last girl, Anaya, very beautiful girl. And honestly, I feel like she's seems the most cool and funny out of the girls, so I'm excited to see her on the show. So now let's get into the actual episode, you guys. So at the start of the episode, the Islanders play games to find out who they are most compatible with and who they're interested in coupling up with. So they asked them like a couple questions. The first question was, and I'm going to keep this PG, you guys. The first question was, what's their favorite sexy tango position? The next question was, are you a dog, cat, or plant person? And the final question was, is it okay to go through your partner's phone? If so, how often? Whatever. And so basically, whoever has matching answers or choices gets to like kiss each other. And girl, when I watched this, I was barely paying attention. I forgot how freaky this show was. It was very wild and a little bit uncomfortable to see strangers going at it, squeezing and kissing and licking and all that jazz. And it felt like it went on for too long, but whatever. It's called Love Island for a reason. Whatever. So at the end of everything, everybody coupled up. So the first couple is Trinity and Bryce. I wasn't expecting these two to pair up. And to be honest with you, I think Bryce is definitely attracted to Trinity, but I don't get the vibe that Trinity is his type. However, with Trinity, I think that she's genuinely interested in him because I feel like she expressed that she wanted like a manly man or a man who's more mature or traditional and maybe like a little rugged. And based on what Bryce said about himself in like his intro and what he said to Trinity, he kind of fits that description. On top of that, Trinity is 22 and Bryce is 29, so I feel like she seems like the kind of girl who would want to be with a guy who's a little bit older because in her head they might seem more mature. Again, these are my thoughts, not reality, please. But after they coupled up, Bryce was sitting with Zach and he was basically expressing how he wasn't really feeling the age gap because 22 and 29, that's a pretty big age gap. That's like almost 10 years. And he was basically saying how he doesn't want to steal her youth from her or whatever. And it's only episode 1, so he might eat his words and I might eat my words. But I really do commend him for having boundaries or morals surrounding the kind of girls that he couples up with because that really is a big age gap. 22 and 29. No ma'am. No. It's like different stages of your life. Yes, I know they're adults, but that's like different stages. Like 22, you're just now becoming an adult. You're trying new things. 29 is like you've tried a considerably higher amount of things than a 22-year-old. So maybe you want to look for somebody who's at the same life stage as you, but again, I don't know. Couple number 2 is Bia and Sean. And again, I didn't expect this couple either, but I can sense that they're both attracted to each other. But I don't think they're gonna remain a couple for a very long time because Sean is the dad, and throughout the episode, Bia was like, in the real world, that would be a red flag. I would never date a man with a child because she's not interested in being a stepmom. Understandable, understandable. But because she's in the village, she's being more open, and I think that's a good thing because like it's episode 1, like it's not that serious, like And couple number 3, or okay, so nobody picked KC, right? Okay, we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna talk about couple number 4. Couple number 4 is Zach and Kenzie. I don't think Zach is interested in Kenzie at all because he told Kenzie flat out that he usually dates girls with like darker hair and darker features and that he's never dated a blonde before. So I don't think he's very interested. And the fact that he said he's never dated a blonde girl before, I think that concerned Kenzie, understandably so, because like I don't want to be your first anything. Like I understand wanting to be with a guy who's actually interested in you. Like that's not a crazy thing to want. Um, yeah, anyways, so I don't see this couple lasting. And I'm getting the sense that she might be hooked onto Zach like Kaylor was with that British guy in PPG season. Kaylor was really hung up on that British guy. I don't remember his name and I don't care to remember his name. I'm sorry. And there's also a reason as to why I think she's going to be hooked onto Zach based on. I'll talk about it later, but let's talk about, I think this is the last couple number 4. Sincere and Melanie. I think this is a predictable couple because after starting the show and stuff, I can see how I can I yeah, Melanie is definitely his type. Like I can tell that he likes girls like Melanie. And again, I don't understand why people were shipping him with Trinity. I never got the vibe that either of them were the other's types. But again, it's only episode 1, so I might eat my words. But based on what happened in episode 1, I think Sincere and Melanie are like sprung, and I honestly feel like they're gonna be together for like most of the season. I don't know. Okay, so now back to KC. So what had happened was nobody picked to be in a couple with KC. Nobody was interested in KC. And Anaya had expressed interest in Sincere. So Anaya and Melanie expressed interest in Sincere, and then Sincere ended up picking to couple up with Melanie. So because Casey and Anaya didn't have a person to couple up with, they coupled up together. So I did not expect this pairing at all, but I like it. They look really good together. Like that's a that's a really sexy couple. Like they look really good together. And honestly, I feel like Anaya makes Casey look even better standing next to her. Anyways, I hope they don't dwell on not getting picked and really explore their connection. But to be honest with you, I don't think they like each other, especially Anaya. Like the way Anaya was looking at Casey, it was like you could tell she wasn't interested, but she was trying to be nice and trying to be open. But I really don't get the sense that she likes Casey at all. And I don't really get the sense that he likes her. I think she's less interested than he is. Like I feel like he's a little bit more open, but still I don't think he's all that interested. So I don't think this couple is gonna last long. And if it does, it's just gonna be like to save each other to make sure that they both stay on until the end of the show. So yeah. Okay, now for the end of the episode. This is when it started to get interesting because this episode was a little, it wasn't all that was interesting. It was a little bit boring, to be honest. At the end of the episode, they brought in two bombshells, Gabriel and then this girl named Kata. So they both entered the villa and they got to kiss the islanders that they were interested in. And Gabriel kissed Bia and Trinity. And then Kata kissed Bryce and Zach. I had no idea who Gabriel was going to kiss, but Kata kissing Bryce and Zach, like, I feel like that was kind of predictable to me. She looks like she's into guys like Zach and Bryce. I don't know. Sometimes I can't really get a read on people or can't get a read on someone's type, but I feel like it was pretty obvious with her. I'm going based off of her aesthetic, like how she dresses. That's how I'm trying to figure out their vibes and the type of people that they're interested in. Yeah. Also, so when Gabriel kissed the Islanders that he was interested in, Bia was like really into the kiss. And you know what? I'm glad she wasn't scared to kiss Gay because again, it's only episode 1 and I think it's time. It's right now is the perfect time to taste the rainbow. And also, I'm really glad that she kissed him because I don't want her to be in a couple with a guy that she's not 100% interested in because she said him being a father is a red flag. She don't want to be no stepmama. Period. And on top of that, let me say this. I don't know if this is common knowledge or whatever, or no, because he did say it in the episode. Also, on top of that, he said he was no judgment, no judgment. But he said he was in a relationship for 10 years, broke up with a girl, hopped on Tinder, and got, I guess, a Tinder hookup or something. Allegedly. I don't know if it was a Tinder hookup or if it was like a situationship. I don't know. But he got on Tinder and got a girl pregnant. No judgment. That's your life, dog. You get what I'm saying? But personally, I would not be interested in dating a man like that. But I don't know. He seems like a nice guy. I saw his sister on TikTok saying he's a good father and he has good intentions and all this stuff. So I'm gonna try and take her word for it, okay? And yeah, like I said, I see how Bia or any other girl would find that a little suspect. Look at him a little sideways. And also on top of that, when Bia and Sean were talking, she was kind of looking at him in a kind of way that expressed that she wasn't really interested in him. I mean, she was probably playing for real, but I don't know. The way she was looking at him, I was like, I don't think she likes him, and I don't think this couple's gonna last very long. And honestly, I feel like he's more interested in her than she is in him. Does that make sense? I feel like Sean is more interested in Bia than Bia is interested in Sean. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, after the bombshells kissed their favorite islanders, the episode ended and we got a glimpse into episode 2 or tonight's episode because I'm posting this on the day that episode 2 is coming out. So they showed a clip of Kenzie crying about Zach and she was like, I always pick cheaters. And I found this to be a little bit concerning because it's only been a day. You do not know that boy, and that boy does not know you. But at the same time, I don't want to be too harsh because I think she did say she was delusional when it comes to men sometimes. And also, to be honest with you, I can sort of kind of see why she would catch feelings for somebody so quickly because during the games, you're kissing these people several times and they're like grabbing on your bits and they're sopping spit, grabbing bits and pieces of each other, a whole bunch of intimate stuff that you don't normally do with strangers. And then after the games, you're gonna some time to sit and talk with the person one on one, and then you're sleeping side by side next to each other, maybe cuddling with one another. So, can you really blame the girl? Like, I can see why you would get attached quickly because you were intimate with each other very quickly. You get what I'm saying? But still, you don't know that boy don't know you. So, take this time in the villa to taste the rainbow, mama. I don't know. But again, it's early days, early days. She might pull another guy for a chat on tonight's episode, or she might see a bombshell and forget all about Zach. So we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know how the season's gonna pan out. All we can do is speculate. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of episode 1, and please, you guys, please, 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 please be respectful in the comments. Please try to refrain from commenting on the Islanders' looks or speculating about their sexuality or speculating about any mental illnesses that they do or don't have, because that's rude and disrespectful. Please be kind, please be kind, and please be kind and respectful to one another in the comments too, and please be kind and respectful to me, please, please. This is all just for fun. This is all just for fun. This is just a reality TV show. At the end of the day, it's not that serious. Let's not take anything too serious, okay? But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications if you want to see more of my face, because I'm going to try and make videos about each and every episode. I don't know how that's going to go because it's a lot of episodes. Isn't it like a month long every single day? I don't know about that. If the episode was kind of calm and nothing really happened, I'm not going to make a video on it. But yeah, anyways, that's everything. Thanks for watching. Be happy and be healthy.